Yo, what up, my crypto profits? So, just little continuation on trends and trying to find the right entry point, or as you would technically say, the key optimal entry point, right? So, right now we're looking at triggers versus Bitcoin. It's on Bittrex, it's the chart I'm looking at. On Coinigy, if you go over here to the left, you see on different exchanges is what you're looking at. I like Bittrex because I know it has decent volume in it. And we'll just quickly look at the 1 day chart. Let me blow this up for you. So we look at the 1 day chart and you see this big pump up. What's the news that they were doing something in Las Vegas or something, and then the massive sell off. Um, I mean, you can clearly see it's obviously on a downtrend, and it's been on a downtrend. Um, Even if we go here and look at, you know, so it's in a downtrend. The one thing, it looks like it kind of wants to rise, I guess. Um, so this is me looking at, obviously, like I said, the first in many of things, uh, just a visual of the chart, right? So I do see right here that we do get a little crossover giving us a buy signal. So I would be on the lookout looking at the moving averages. Um, right now it's showing us that we're in a neutral state as far as the RSI goes. So 1 out of 3 signals is not strong enough for me to look into it, but sometimes you can catch swing trades by diving into, this is a 1 hour chart, then we go into a 4 hour chart, right? Maybe because of that. Here, let me show you real quick. Because of this buy entry right here, the signal, I'll look at a 4 hour chart. Maybe it is something to look at, right? So we go to a 4 hour chart. If it loads up, 4 hour chart, there we go, load it up. And now I already have, let me see, we're going to add the Fibonacci retracement. Shit, I guess we can do it from here. You know what? Let me actually go back into the 1 day. I usually do, when I do my retracements, I like to use the highs of what the days were. So here was the high, and if we come over here, that's the low. So we go to where the breakout was, which is over here. That's the breakout. So if we just zoom in real quick, we see that it's bouncing off this, right? So that's not a good sign as far as you want to see it breaking or piercing certain barriers. So if we're bouncing off the 23 mark, not a strong trend, right? But then we go into the 4 hour chart to kind of get a clear picture. And so this is the 4 hour chart, and this is what it looks like. Same thing, um, not great, not bad. Um, we see neutral RSI. We see, the lines getting shorter on the signal. The lines just crossed over. So if I were to have bought in a 4 hour chart, you see where there's one signal. It signals a buy signal for me here, and the moving averages cross over. I would have bought in and just waited. You could wait till they cross over, or like I said before, if we're under the short term, and this is a swing trade, these are 4 hours each bar, so 4, 8, 16, 24. So less than 2 days, you could have been in and out and made a decent profit. Um, and then if you want to look even further, usually I trade on the 1 hour chart when I do trade, and the 1 hour chart is showing me neutral, and the moving averages are, not great but not bad. In other words, we do have the long term on top, which is not a good sign for me, but it's creeping downwards. So it's something to look at. It might be a good entry point. Um, we saw here where it consolidated and then it took off. And obviously, we see a big consolidation here. When you see any market consolidating for a long time, it builds up pressure like anything else. And it could go up or it could go down with the pressure. That's the good and the bad. So obviously, if nothing bad's going to come out or there's no bad news surrounding it, usually it's a to the upside breakout. So if we see the signal staying on top and then all of a sudden the RSI starts creeping up and these things, the green line comes up over these lines, it might be a buy-in. And I said this is the 1 hour, so it might be a short-term play because we have let's see, let's get rid of these lines real quick for me, sorry. So if we come here, that's right now we're at 1300 even Satoshis, and you can make a run up even to almost 16, so it's not a bad play. Talking about 30% play within 24 hours might not be a bad trade, but definitely would have to wait for confirmations before I jumped in. Hope this helps you guys a little. I'll just keep posting stuff, and like I said, I'll keep playing and trying to explain myself and better elaborate on entry points. Thank you, my profits. I'll talk to you soon.